Hi, this is Trista. It's been a while since I've done a video, so I'm finally back. It's been kind of crazy here. Um, I'm outside, it's Florida, so I'm giving you a little bit of natural Florida here. And I wanted to try to videotape this before I lost the sun, so I don't have to deal with indoor lighting. So that's kind of it. I am in the backyard, and there are people in the neighborhood out and about mowing, dogs barking, guinea hens, chickens making noise. So if you hear any of that, that's just kind of my life here in Florida. So, all right, what else can I say? I haven't gotten a lot of questions, so I haven't done any videos. I just recently got some questions from someone, so I have her questions here to be answered. Please send me your questions if you have them. Um, you can email me them. You can text them if you have my personal phone number, and or you can write them in the comments section of the video. If you like the video, please like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you know of anybody else who's interested in watching it, please let them know and share the video with them. Um, Also, I wanted to say when I'm driving back and forth to work, my regular job, I listen to a lot of YouTube videos and I don't watch them. I just listen to them while I'm driving. So I don't expect people to watch my videos. You don't have to sit here and watch me if you want to just listen while you're getting ready for work or driving or cooking dinner or whatever it is that you do. Don't feel the need to have to watch it. You can listen to it. And had gotten some requests that the videos not be as long, so people who don't have as much time can kind of watch it and not have to go back and forth to it. So the videos might be shorter and there might be more of them. So just so you know, what else can I tell you? I think that's it. Um, the questions that were sent to me were from DP, and she had some questions about Ascension, which is a pretty uh, deep and personal um, topic because everybody's different. So, and they will get to that in the video. So, the first question was, are we in the ascension process? So, this is the information I got. Um, so they started out by saying, welcome to Ascension 101. This is a very broad and complicated topic. Um, so first, ascension is not for everyone. It is a process. The desire to be better kind of needs to be there on some level for some people. So people who are working hard, trying to evolve, trying to be better people, trying to learn their lessons, trying to do their thing, um, are going to most likely, hopefully, ascend faster. If you don't care, um, and you don't want to put the effort into it, it may take a little bit longer. Angels didn't say that. That's my 2 cents on the side. So they did say the desire needs to be there. So most people or souls are working towards some level of ascension. So everybody is at a different level, and there's a delicate balance between your spiritual level, everybody's soul levels, life lessons, people's soul plans, their life plan, and goals. So everybody's in a different place. Everybody's unique. You know, we've got old souls, young souls. We've got souls that are here as volunteers that are highly evolved and have come back to help. Last lifers who don't have to be here but are also volunteers on the planet. Um, so everybody's different. So it's a unique process. So we'll just try to, in general, kind of answer her question, which is pretty it's a pretty deep question, pretty deep topic. Um, so they said, so what is ascension? So the answer is basically it is the evolution of the soul. So, and then they go on to explain that it's not just my evolution, my neighbor's ascension, evolution. It also can include a planetary um, ascension, um, different energies, and they'll go on to explain this. Different energies also have soul plans and lessons and paths to follow. Animals, um, they have soul energies also. So every energy, they're going to use the word soul here and there. Um, has their own plan, an own direction, an own path to follow. So they say, so we on the ascension process? Yes, we're always on the ascension process. I think she meant I think she's asking ascending to 5D, um, which is five. We're on Earth is on a 3D level for most of the time. It is evolving. It is getting higher in the dimensions. And in certain days, they'll go on to explain on certain days, you may be at a 3D, you may be having kind of a human experience day, or, on some days you'll be having a great day and things are going great. You're feeling great, you're helping people, you're having some breakthroughs, that kind of thing. So, and maybe those days are 4 or 5D because they'll explain later that you kind of bounce around. So yes, most everyone, various kinds of souls, human, animal, plant, asteroids, you know, planets, etc. All those energies, because everything's made up of energy. All those energies are always changing and evolving. So that includes us, but it's also all around us, on the planet, in the universe, that type of thing. And then, so then I said, do all of those have souls? Because they said souls, human, animal, plant, asteroids, etc. They said they all have a different life force or identity that is unique and has a plan and a purpose. So they may not be necessarily souls in the terms that we envision souls, but they all have that life energy, that life purpose, and they have a path to follow. Um, every bit of energy in the universe has a plan and a purpose. Nothing is wasted or insignificant. So I have Scooty, or I have new puppies, so they're out here with me. So that was one of them that just was in the corner of the screen. Um, so all souls are celebrated for their process. Everything is also interconnected. So human beings living on planet Earth are interconnected with the Earth. They're interconnected with each other. They're interconnected with nature. They're interconnected with their plants, their pets. Um, everything is interconnected. So, so they say the universe is like a great tapestry, with each soul being a thread in the overall picture of the tapestry. So they say that is why you are never truly alone. A lot of people do feel alone, especially when they're struggling. Everything is connected to each other and to God. So you can use God and a higher source, mother. Oops, I got confused. um, so higher source, creator, whatever name you want to call it. Um, I'm gonna go with God because that's what I'm was brought up with and what I'm used to. So whatever name you want to call that higher source or creator or whatever, you can just put that um in your definition. So anyway, everything is connected to each other and God. So all energy is from God or the creator, and that is the source. So um sorry, my puppies are distracting me. All right, so God puts energy or souls out there and encourages us to grow and to seek our own destiny, um, so to speak. The energy makes its way along its path. Hey, you want to say hi? Are you playing? You want to say hi? No, he's stalking his brother. Okay. The energy makes its way along its path. So all energies are working on a path. There's a plan. All along the path is ascension on various levels for different souls. So it's an evolution or a growth of that soul or being. The path can be very convoluted and arduous. It takes time to evolve. Do you guys want to? There's one. Scooty, you want to say hi? No, he's going. Okay. He's not going to say hi. He'll be back, I'm sure. Um, so it takes time to evolve. Sometimes souls can get stuck or hung up or stall on their process. That is fine and normal. A lot of times people kind of know when they're stuck. You can kind of feel it. I felt it when I was stuck or stalled. Um, It's fine. It's part of the normal process. It's not really anything to be overly concerned about unless you feel like you've been stalled or excessive amount of time and you have blocks that you're struggling with. Even then, I think that's normal. Um, so anyway, they can get stuck or stalled. Um, that is a time when the soul uses to recharge, or regroup, maybe go through some rebirth, that kind of thing. Um, um, so the souls can't always be in a constant state of growth. That would just be too hard, too much energy expenditure. So and they say it's not a race. So, well, there's one. I got puppies since our last video, um, so that's them. They may make some cameos in another video, um, that I'm kind of planning for the next one. Um, so it's better to complete, and be complete and thorough in the process rather than kind of rushing through and trying to evolve as fast as possible. It's better to make sure you have those lessons down solid, and not rush through things. The lessons need to stick and they need to be ingrained in the soul. And you're going to have lessons on various levels. So you're going to have a lesson on a kindergarten level. You're going to have a lesson on a junior high level. You're going to have a lesson in a college level. Um, and so you may think you're doing the same lesson over and over again, but it may just be on a different level. And it may just be to make sure you've got it down, you know. All right, so that was that question. The next question was from the same person. And I got to go back to the first page. How soon do we go to 3D, or does Earth move up? And if Earth moves up, do we stay or do we move up to 3D or 5D also? So how soon do we go to 5D? Or does Earth move up and we stay? That was her question. And so she's asking, she's probably heard that the Earth is evolving and going up to 5D. I've heard that too. I don't know. Um, I think that is true on some level. I don't think we're going to be left behind though, because some of us haven't evolved up to 5D. But anyway, the answer to their question, this is what they said. They say the Earth is always evolving on its own and in response to things that affect her. Her energy is golden. She is blessed. There's a balance between her evolution and the space that she provides to other souls or energies as they visit, reside on her, or in her. So for the rest of us, if Earth is evolving as a planet, and in her energy levels evolving, then will it affect us, that live here? Yes and no. So they're saying, that it affects her. We affect her, but she's going to continue on in her evolution regardless, with or without us. So what we do affects her. She's on her own mission. So she's got her own life path, and she's got a plan, um, of what, um, how she's supposed to evolve, and that's her first priority. So she's going to focus on the Earth is going to focus on what it needs to do or she needs to do, to evolve, the energy on the planet, and then individually, all of us as individual souls and energies need to, work on ourselves, and we're not necessarily going to evolve at the same time she does or same rate. Um, she gives off a lot of energy to nurture and balance us, though. So as she's evolving and the energy is changing, that energy can affect those of us that are around it or on it or visiting it. So that can affect us. That is part of her role. But like they said, her primary goal, her primary mission is her own ascension, own evolution. Um, they said it's also a similar planet and process for other planets or other energy fields. So it's not just Earth. We're not the only ones in the universe. There's other places, other planets, energy fields, stars, if you believe in ETs, other races out there. Um, so they say it's a symbiotic relationship on many levels. She's also has her own identity. She will ultimately look out for her own highest good. She has her own evolution and path to follow. However, as she and we evolve, some of that energy will rub off on us or influence other souls. So as she evolves, it actually will rub off um, on other souls and other energies around her and on her. Um, so as she evolves, so do the energies of souls in her energy field. And evolved souls will incarnate here. So souls that are advanced souls, that souls that are on, a higher level from 4 or 5 all the way up, um, those souls may reincarnate onto this physical plane, um, our 3D earth plane, or 4, or as she's evolving, wherever she's at right now, what day. Um, and those souls, even though they're on a soul level, they're a more evolved soul, they still are existing in on this planet. So their energy may lower down in order to be here on the physical plane. So hopefully that's making sense. So they'll say more involved souls will incarnate into a lower level dimension for various reasons. So there's different reasons that a higher level soul would come here, um, if they're, even though they're more evolved than the planet or some of the other souls on the planet. So some of these souls will have to live, even though they're more evolved. Like I just said, even though they're more evolved souls, they'll still have to live in a 3, 4, 5D earth plane, physical plane or dimension, because that's the existence that we have here at the moment. So to evolve, you have to raise your energy to evolve. Okay. Um, how some people or souls raise their energy is unique to each one. Working on your life lessons on your path is one of the best ways to do that. Not everybody knows consciously what their life lessons or their path is. I mean, on a soul level, your soul knows, but we aren't always consciously up here aware of it. Some people are aware of it, and they know various life lessons that they're working on, or they figured out, or they can guess. Oh, yeah, I came here to learn this lesson with this person. Hi, you want to say hi? Oh, where are you going? You want to come over here? Nope. Okay. So anyway, um, so working on your life lessons on your path is one of the best ways to do that, to evolve. We all have to learn most of the lessons. So there's a whole bunch of universal lessons, soul lessons that we need to learn as souls to evolve, all kinds of various different things. And we have to learn them all. We can't just skip a chapter. We can't say, oh, I don't want to learn love or forgiveness. Oh, I don't want to learn how to assist others. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Um, I want to just skip to maintaining my physical health or whatever it is that they're working on this lifetime, resolving past life issues or whatever it is. You can't skip that stuff. I mean, you can maybe skip around, but ultimately, in order to evolve, you have to learn all the lessons and you have to have them solid. You have to have them down. Um, so we all have to learn most of the lessons and we really have to have them down to evolve up the ladder. So it's kind of like an ascension. That's what it is, so to speak. People's energies will fluctuate daily. So you may wake up and not be having the best day, and you may kind of have some 3D energy going, and then later in the day, you may just shake it off and um, be working on some lessons and you can kind of feel when your energy level goes up and down. And especially if you're paying attention to it. Um, So they may fluctuate daily. They may bounce around from 3D up to the layers above that, so 4 and 5D in this dimension. If you're somewhere else and it's in a higher, more evolved dimension, you may bounce around there also, but it's going to be at higher level. Um, so you may bounce up and down and then back again. So back down again. You don't have to. You don't have to always stay at a certain high level. It's not normal for us to necessarily to do that. There's probably some people out there that can do that, but for the most of us, we're going to bounce around depending on what's going on and what the day holds and what you're dealing with, and if people are really working hard or if people say I'm taking a day off or whatever, which is good. You need to take a day off too. You need to rest sometimes, but There's some bugs out here. So they say you don't just bump up a level. You just don't just bump up to 4 and then just stay steady at 4 and stay there. You don't just bump up to 5 and just stay there. You're going to fluctuate. It's going to bounce up and down. Now, depending on how long you stay up there, so maybe you bounce up there and you're up there for a couple hours, or I don't think they measure in time necessarily. Say you're up there um for certain, you raised your energy, so you're up there for a higher level. You've been meditating or something, exercising or in nature or with loved ones, and your energy has kind of gone up. Um, you may be up there for a while, and then, just energy may come back down again, which is normal. Um, so but you're not likely to just bump up there and just stay at a level and maintain that the whole time. It's part of life just to kind of move, your energy fluctuates. Anyway, um, so it says you'll most likely bounce up and down in those different layers. So even if evolved souls will bounce around, they may stay in a higher level longer. They may be able to maintain a higher level longer, but they still exist in a 3D dimension or 4D, depending on where the Earth is actually at. So they may drop back down again for a time. You can sometimes feel yourself fluctuating up and down based on your mood or energy level. Oh, what? What are we doing? So that's the basic concept in a nutshell, and it's very simplistic because it is very complicated and evolved, and different for everybody and everything. Oh, they just crashed into the gate. All right. Let's see. So the basic concept of how energies can evolve or ascend to higher levels. So that's it in a nutshell. So they said, thank you for asking. This is a complicated question, and it varies from soul to soul. So then I was asking, at the end, well, what did they answer the question on what we can do to help evolve ourselves, raise our energy? And they said best ways to evolve: be good to yourself and others, assist yourself and others, love yourself and others, be kind, and try to stay positive. Um, and I know there's days when I don't feel positive, and so I know that some of those things um, on some days can be difficult. But try to shake it off, I guess, and do the best you can. And if you don't, if you have a rough day, um, guilt and pity don't help. So just try to shake it off and just start over. Um, that's from me, that's not Dream Channel. That's just my own opinion. Um, so thank you for checking into this video. Like I said, if you have other questions, please send them. I know this was kind of a more advanced channeling, because Ascension is, some people are going to be like, what? What do you mean the Earth has multiple um, levels and is evolving, is ascending? Um, so, so, so hopefully, if you have further questions, you can ask me. You can contact me, and I can ask too. Um, but basically, just keep moving forward on your path. Do the best you can. If you stall out or need to take a day to regroup, rebirth, it's spring. The first day of spring is coming up in a couple days here. It's the equinox next week, so now would be a good time if you need to restart, rebirth. I know in the northern places, I have family and friends in Minnesota. They don't have, they're still under snow, so it's hard to feel like spring is here and to rebirth and see growth around you. But um, you can enjoy some of my greenery. Sorry. So I guess that's it. Thank you so much for checking in. Hopefully it won't be as long in between videos next time. Oh, they're hitting the table here. I better go. So thank you so much. We'll see you later. Good luck. Take care. Bye-bye. Hold on.